He went to him and he asked him, he said, listen, as a Christian, I've done terrible things. What do you think I could do to make amends for it? Now think. The wise man looked at him and he said, take a pillow. I want you to rip it open, cut it open. I want you to go to that man's home, take handfuls of feathers and put them on his porch steps. I mean, carrying the burden he was carrying, and he was anxious to do it. He went there, and that's what he did. He cut open a pillow, and he took the feathers out, and he put them down, and he rushed back to his friend. He was puzzled as to why he did that. And he asked the wise man, I have now done what you told me to do. I don't understand. I'm puzzled. And the wise man told him, now I want you to go back with the same pillowcase and gather up the pillows, the feathers. He said, that's crazy. What are you talking about? By now the wind will have scattered the feathers. I cannot find them. Think about this. They're all blown away. Correct, his friend, his wise friend told him, you're exactly right. Your words, he said, Christian man, your words were like the feathers. They're easily spread. But once you've dropped them, the wind carries them away, and you can never, ever retrieve them again. Story told about a young man. His dad came to him and said, son, I'd like for you to go to church with me. But he was in his 20s now, and you know, church, he's not interested in church. Made him go when he was a kid, but I'm a man now, I don't have to go to church. I'm not going to church. But on this particular Sunday, he knew not why, when his dad asked him, he said, I did not want to hurt my dad's feelings. And he said, okay, Dad, I'll go with you. And he said they went out and got in an old pickup truck that his dad drove. And they started down the road just below the house where the corn crib was. They saw a pickup truck that belonged to old Sam. Old Sam was a very unpleasant, irate, unforgiving, overbearing, ill-mannered individual. And he was shoveling corn out of his dad's crib into his pickup truck. He was stealing his dad's corn. And that boy said, you know, it's about time this thing reached a climactic moment. Now Dad's caught him red-handed. What I've been thinking he's been doing for years is now he's caught. Said he pointed it out to his father. Said his father never said a word. He just drove down to the road that went into the corn crib, and he drove down, pulled up alongside old Sam's pickup truck. Old unpleasant Sam. That boy said, you know, this is the moment of truth. You have to get the bull by the horns, whether it gores you or not. It's confrontation time. And he said, I was worried about how my dad was going to handle this, because it's time it stopped. He said he pulled up alongside old Sam's truck and rolled the window down and said, "Sam, take all the corn that you want. And if that's not enough, come on back tomorrow." After all, his dad said, "You are my neighbor. Love thy neighbor as thyself." He said this was a turning point in his life. Turned me around. He said Sam's head fell to his chest. His shoulders dropped. He said you could tell he would never steal again. Here's the point. The father had expressed no anger, he said. He just quietly said, "If that's not enough, you come back tomorrow. How about you?" Is that in your makeup, in your heart? Is that in the love that God expects out of it? Tomorrow. Tomorrow, come back and get more. Listen carefully. This is my closing statement. That kind of a statement, that kind of love speaks absolute volumes about your obedience to the Lord Jesus Christ. It speaks volumes about your relationship. It speaks volumes of whether or not you have an obedience to God. But the question is, the closing statement, you've got to have a relationship. Do you have one this morning? God left you a list. We've looked at them this morning. Are we capable of the love that Christ would have us to express daily? If we don't, whatever our need is, you have an opportunity to express it this morning. Salvation by grace through faith, baptism, uniting with this church, whatever you want to call it. There's an altar here, and we need to use it. And I've said this, the altar is back there in that pew. But sometimes you really need to step out for Jesus and step up and promote the love that we need to express to the world, because it speaks volumes of our relationship with Jesus Christ. Our hymn of invitation this morning.